For the CBSE Board Exam 2025, in English Language and Literature 184, extract-based competency questions in the literature section focus on evaluating comprehension, critical thinking, and analytical skills. Here are the key skills to develop for such questions. 1. Reading and understanding the extract. Identify the context. Recognize the source of the extract, prose, poetry, or drama, and its relevance to the story or theme. Example: understand which part of the story or poem the extract belongs to. Interpret key ideas. Grasp the main idea or theme conveyed in the extract. 2. Vocabulary and word meaning. Understand figurative language. Identify similes, metaphors, personification, or other literary devices, especially in poetry. Infer word meanings. Use context clues to derive meanings of unfamiliar words. Example: the word loomed in a sentence. The dark shadow loomed over the hills means appeared threateningly. 3. Critical thinking and interpretation. Analyze the tone and mood. Determine the tone, e.g., humorous, serious, ironic, and mood of the extract. Character analysis. Understand character traits, motivations, and relationships if the extract involves dialogue or actions. Example: how does the character respond to challenges in this situation? Theme connection. Relate the extract to the overarching theme of the work. 4. Making inferences. Predict outcomes. Use the extract to predict what might happen next or its implications. Example: based on the description, what can be inferred about the character's state of mind? Draw logical conclusions. Link the extract to the rest of the text for a deeper understanding.
For the CBSE Board Exam 2025 in English Language and Literature 184, 3-mark questions in the literature section from First Flight and Footprints Without Feet textbooks require concise, well-structured answers. The following skills need to be developed to excel in these questions. 1. Understanding the question. Identify key requirements. Focus on what the question asks, whether it's about characters, themes, events, or literary elements. Example: describe the narrator's perspective on the events in the story. Analyze keywords. Words like explain, describe, justify, compare, or infer guide how to structure the answer. 2. Comprehension of texts. Familiarity with storylines. Be thorough with the plots, characters, and events in each chapter or story. Key details and incidents. Remember critical incidents, dialogues, or actions to include in your answer. 3. Conciseness and clarity. Write within the word limit. Develop the skill to write concise yet complete answers, about 40 to 50 words. Avoid irrelevant information. Stick to the specific point being asked without adding unnecessary details. 4. Analytical and interpretive skills. Analyze character behavior. Explain motivations, relationships, or emotional states of characters. Example: why does the postmaster feel remorse in the letter? Interpret themes. Relate incidents or characters to overarching themes like human values, resilience, compassion, or justice. Example: what does the story Is First Flight teach about self-confidence? 5. Evidence-based answers. Support with examples. Provide evidence from the text to justify your response. Example: in The Black Aeroplane, the pilot's reliance on the mysterious aircraft shows his desperation to survive. 6. Inference and critical thinking. Read between the lines. Infer meanings or draw conclusions from events or dialogues. Example: why does Griffin misuse his scientific discovery in The Invisible Man? Connect to broader ideas. Relate characters or incidents to real-life values or challenges.
For the CBSE Board Exam 2025 in English Language and Literature 184, 6-mark value-based questions in the literature section from First Flight and Footprints Without Feet textbooks require detailed, thoughtful, and well-structured responses. The following skills should be developed to excel in these questions. 1. Deep understanding of themes and values. Identify core values. Understand the central themes, values, and moral lessons conveyed in the stories and poems. Examples of values include compassion in A Letter to God, resilience and courage in His First Flight, honesty and contentment in The Necklace. Ethical dilemmas and consequences in footprints without feet. Relate themes to real-life scenarios. Be able to draw parallels between the text and practical, everyday situations. 2. Critical thinking and analysis. Interpret characters and actions. Evaluate the decisions, actions, and motivations of characters, linking them to the broader message of the text. Example: analyze how Griffin's misuse of science and footprints without feet reflects irresponsibility. Examine author's perspective. Understand the message the author or poet is trying to convey through the text. 3. Application of values. Connect to universal lessons. Show how the values in the text can be applied to contemporary issues or personal experiences. Example: relating the story The 100 Dresses to modern issues like bullying and acceptance. 4. Structured writing. Introduction. Start with the context of the story or poem and identify the theme or value being discussed. Main body. Explain the specific event or character action that reflects the value. Discuss the relevance and importance of the value in the given context. Conclusion. Summarize with a reflection or a takeaway message. 5. Evidence-based answers. Use quotes, incidents, or examples from the text to substantiate your points. Example: in a letter to God, Lencho's unwavering faith in God is demonstrated when he writes a letter asking for help. 6. Empathy and personal connection. Reflect personal insights. Include how the values resonate with your own life or society. Example: the lesson of honesty in the necklace reminds us to value what we have and avoid deceit. 7. Problem-solving and decision-making skills. Address ethical questions. Be prepared to answer questions that require you to take a stand or evaluate a moral choice. Example: what would you have done differently if you were Mrs. Pumphrey in A Triumph of Surgery? 8. Comparative skills. Compare across texts. Be ready to draw connections between different stories or poems that emphasize similar values. Example: compare the determination in His First Flight and the Ball poem. 9. Writing with depth and clarity. Elaborate your ideas clearly, providing logical arguments. Avoid vague or repetitive statements. Ensure the tone aligns with the reflective and evaluative nature of the question. 10. Practice and revision. Practice writing answers for value-based questions from previous CBSE papers and insert exemplar books. Review CBSE sample papers and marking schemes to understand what is expected. By developing these skills, you can confidently and effectively answer 6-mark value-based questions in the CBSE 2025 exam.